The Lord bless you. Welcome to Kingdom Upgrades, YouTube and Facebook. The Lord bless you. I am your ambassador, Dylan. Let's connect here. Where the kingdom evolves into the realm of reality manifesting in the culture. I feel the need here to address this topic in our culture. It is responsible for the countless murders of our young women in this season, okay? And in reality, we need to know the source of the problem before it can be dealt with effectively. When we understand the source of the problem, we can pray with the understanding and also educate the people. Because for the lack of knowledge, God's creation will be destroyed, okay? The reality is, our culture is very narcissistic, okay? And it is pride, it is selfishness, okay? And we're not able to identify exactly what is happening, to put our finger on it, because we're seeing this throughout the world. I would look at sometimes at YouTube and I would see how many young women are murdered in the US. Most of them have not turned 35. They're below age 35. Okay? So we need to look at this thing closely. Our culture is narcissistic and we need to identify it and be able to address it. Why? Because if persons are lacking the knowledge, they would not know what they're dealing with. So the Lord just moved me literally, because I was so moved by this article when I read it this morning in the news. Okay? The reality is there is both male and female narcissists. Come on. So it's not just the male, but both male and female. But what happened? There is a madman syndrome that works along, or is actually, this personality is attached to this narcissistic personality, is a part of it, okay? So this whole thing is demonic. It is demonic, people. This is Leviathan and Jezebel in operation. If you know the characteristics of the two spirits, you will have a better understanding. Because Leviathan is that old serpent, that deceitful, deceptive serpent, the twisting serpent. Jezebel controls and manipulates and seduces, and the list goes on, okay? So we have covert narcissists and we have overt narcissists. The covert, meaning they are subtle and undercover and will pretend to be this nice, good person. And everyone will see them as the best person or the good person. And they will see the other person as the person who is being destructive. Okay? Because that covert is covered and is able to operate very deceitful from underneath. They're abusive in private. They're controlling in private. Very manipulative. Okay? So, and then the abuse move from verbal to physical. So, these are things for us to pay attention to. So, while the covert is covered, the overt is outspoken. Everyone can quickly identify or recognize the overt. Okay? But the covert is covered. So, this demonic manifestation has a madman syndrome, okay? This is responsible for the murders of our young women. Come on, pay attention. So can you see the murders? Are you observing what is happening? Come on, let's bring some light here. Let's bring this thing to the light. Because it needs to come out of the dark. Light needs to be shed on it so that persons can see it and identify it. Excuse me. So, there are persons who do not really believe that demons exist, but very soon they will believe. Why? Because demonic activities are going to be more prevalent. It's like you're going to see it, you're going to recognize that this is not normal. Okay? So you would understand that demonic activities are real, and demons, you don't counsel them, you drive them out, cast them out. Okay? So when you drive them out, the thing is, the person must be willing to submit to change. Change don't come like that. One must see their need for change and submit to change. You change when you desire change. Come on. So, one of the things that literally had me overwhelmed while reading the article is this part of the story, where the young woman said that in her sleep, she heard the word narcissist. And she heard it 3 times. That she got up immediately and went and do the research on Google. And she discovered that the accused has these personality traits and these characteristics that match the name. What actually happened there? That is considered witty intervention, because it was God in his wisdom that revealed that to her in her sleep. So it was the wisdom of God in operation. And in this time, the Spirit of God is being outpoured on all flesh. Our young men will have visions and dreams, and our old men and our maid servants. So God is at work. God was at work, and he literally was giving her a heads up so that she could have moved. She had plans to move, but she moved a bit slow. The reality is, so that was the wisdom of God. God divinely intervened and revealed to her what she was dealing with and what she was dealing with then. Okay? So at that time, she wasn't knowledgeable that this is dangerous and I gotta run. God was actually giving her a heads up. He revealed to her in her sleep and caused her to go check the meaning of the word. So, consider this. On the flip side of it, on the contrary, her life was not saved. As a result, she died because she didn't fully understand. She died. But on the contrary, because of the loss of her life, many can become knowledgeable, be educated, and become aware of what is actually happening and what they're dealing with, and confront it by knowledge and approach help and seek deliverance and submit to change. One must submit to change. Okay? So I would advise persons, young women, young men, husbands, wives, go Google, look, check to see who is a narcissist. Secondly, check to see what is narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, educate yourselves. This time is not time to walk in ignorance. The light of Christ is coming, is here. Okay, so light is being shed on what is in the dark. So it's coming forth. And thirdly, go read Job chapter 41 and see the questions that God asked Job with relation to Leviathan. Because Leviathan is the king over all the children of pride. And Leviathan right now is mad. And he is ranting and he is raging. Come on. So when you read Job chapter 41, you're going to have an understanding. And the next thing is, this personality is hiding in the church. Come on, church. Leaders, pay attention. And it cannot be counseled. The demon need to drive or be driven out. Okay? So this personality is hiding in the church. Come on. Okay? One of the things about narcissistic personality is that when that person is finished putting over a story, their side is clean, it's clear. And you can never see them as a person who have done any wrong. Okay? And it is hiding in the church. A lot of persons, a lot of marriages are affected because of this same personality in the church. Come on. So men and women, submit to the Lordship of Jesus Christ and allow him to transform you. Submit to the process to change. Because who can tame Leviathan? Okay? Who humble himself, the Lord will exalt, but who abases himself will be, who exalted himself will be abased. Okay? So, when we're dealing with Leviathan, it literally is speaking of submitting yourself to the Lordship of Jesus Christ, that change can come. Outside of that, change can't come. Nobody can talk to you and make you change. You as an individual must make a decision to change. Okay? So let's look at this. The reality is, let's educate ourselves and let our society, our culture be one that is different. We don't have to continue to live in the dark and in ignorance. Knowledge is available to us. The internet is flooded with everything. We use the internet at our own convenience to do what we want to do. But I'm saying to us, educate yourselves. Okay, go do the research. Because the madman syndrome is erupting. Come on, it's erupting. So, pay attention. Look into it. Don't take this for granted. Don't take this for granted. A lot of lives can be saved. Relationships can be restored as a result of knowledge. And the person will be able to submit to change. Be intentional about changing. Come on. The Lord bless you. Feel free to inbox me or ask any question. The reality is I might not be able to reply to a question today or tomorrow. But be patient. I will respond eventually. The Lord bless you. Shalom.